Good morning, everyone. Let's get started. Welcome. I'm Angela Blaha, and this is your energy forecast for the week of April 7th through the 13th. Before we get started, though, let's talk a little bit about what we're currently experiencing on a very large kind of a scale. So the energies of the cosmos and the Earth are providing much support for our transformation these days. Right now, we have several planets aligning to support and intensify suppression. They are intensifying and supporting restraint, oppression, and lack. Let that be a clue for you. Like the energies are supporting that so that it brings it up. They support this and it provides an ending for you. Right? Like all of these kinds of karmic patterns that we've experienced over and over and over in our lives. It's bringing up those patterns for you to say, okay, yeah, I'm either going to follow this one again or yeah, I'm going to end that one. So, which is why, right? Like they're really being shown to us and they're here for you to transform. So creating a new era it first requires an ending of the old era, right? Like we can't create a new earth if we're not ending the old earth. As a human society, we have a tendency to be very dramatic when we end and begin something. Like think about it, even death and birth are generally pretty dramatic. They're pretty drama-filled. This too is a cell memory, just as all of our other patterns are. And so this is a default ending of chaos. And we are defaulting this end of chaos, and that's what the big picture is here. So the most important part of this transformation is the demand of grief, loss, and letting go of a world that we once knew. So every day you should be spending some time with yourself reviewing what you have transformed in your life. Like today, at the end of the day, you should say, what did I transform today? Change is the focus here, like literally change, change, change. The more you change, the easier life begins to flow. Staying the same or status quo will only bring more suffering to you. And the planets are aligning and they are demanding change and transition. Keep that in mind as we go through this week's forecast. So Tuesday, April 7th, it's full moon day. It's a deep full moon, however. Feeling the distant restraints that we have going on, this energy is literally asking that we look at what it means to be doing this alone. We can say we are here and in it together, but that's not really a reality. You're basically doing this all alone, which is exactly how the transformation works, because when we get together, we do this weird mass consciousness, and we have a tendency to pull each other down. Which is why we're doing this shift in our consciousness alone. So we're looking at the deep cracks where many treasures can be buried and hidden. If you feel the energies right now, the next few days are intense, personally intense. The full moon energy is not kidding around here. It's not. You have to allow yourself to die in order to thrive. Get to the root of who you are. Find solutions that fit your desires to thrive, not to find lack. Trust those inner knowings and your intuition so you live in wealth and beauty always, not just getting a glimpse of it. The knowing that we cannot control anything, rather, we have a relationship to everything. There's not one single thing in this world or in this experience that's actually within your control. You can't control the weather. You can't control. The only thing that you can control is your thoughts and emotions, your belief systems and your actions. We have a relationship with the weather. We have a relationship with the earth. We have a relationship with each other. That's what's real. How are we in a relationship with the stars? So moving on to Wednesday, April 8th, be the leader you came here to be by owning your mind, by owning your emotions, and by owning your belief systems. You have to lead yourself before you can lead others. So if you are not making systemic changes that completely align you with your highest soul self, your God self, then are you living authentically? Being authentic with who you are is super important for Wednesday, April 8th. Spend time in meditation and further understand your mission here. Like, ask some of those soul-piercing questions that get you beyond your current level of your mission, your purpose, your wants, dreams, and desires. When you fully understand there is no fear, then you crack through those sort of plateaus that we create for ourselves. It's a big thing on Wednesday, understanding that there is no fear. This allows you to see a larger viewpoint, which is really what the cosmic energies are sort of forecasting for this week, is see things in a bigger view. There really is no fear. That's just a conjured up thing in your mind. Conjured up belief systems. When you take actions based on your wisdom, there's no possibility of fear. When you take actions based on those knowings that you have, there's no fear in that. If you are feeling dissatisfied, as there are those two paths that have been revealed in the last couple weeks, they are continuing. So if you're feeling dissatisfied, then you need to use your creativity to unblock yourself. Again, if you're feeling dissatisfied or kind of confused about who you are, what you're doing, use creativity to unblock that. And then dig in deeper to what it is that you're reflecting. Reflecting seems to be a big thing on Wednesday. What are you taking in from outside of you and trying to make fit? Stop doing that. This is the clue as to what path you're taking. Right? If you're feeling a bit dissatisfied, that should be a clue that you're probably taking, the old repeating pattern kind of a path versus creating the new you kind of path. All right, Thursday, April 9th, Venus moves into retrograde. So you can expect your relationships to be the focus on Thursday. All you have to do to resist arguments in your relationships is to focus on how your relationships can grow, how they can change, and how they can become more conscious. You should write this down. This should be part of your journaling prompt on Thursday. How to make your relationships grow, change, and become more conscious. What do you need to change about yourself? It's true. Acceptance and non-judgment is the key to your relationships on Thursday. Slowing down and really listening. If you have not trained yourself to listen, Thursday is a great opportunity. And what you're listening for is how you can change your relationship, how you can grow and thrive in your personal relationships. If you are shut down on Thursday and you just want to continue down the same old way of your relationships, you use the same old words, you use the same old questions that you ask your partners, or your close relationships, then you can expect more of the same old stuff. If you do not change, your relationships will not change. And it will be in your face, because Venus is slowing down so you can make appropriate transformations within you. Now, generally when a planet goes into a retrograde, it sticks around for a while. This is not just a one-day kind of a concept or a one-day deal. It sticks around for a good month or longer. Okay, moving on to Friday, April 10th. It's a light energy kind of a day. Like you can feel it already starting to filter into today from Friday. It's a great day to receive nourishing energy. Accessing that feminine kind of energy and let yourself be creative and sensual and intuitive. These qualities are generally not normal ways of us to be. Like intuitiveness, creativity, sensuality, like those are generally qualities that have been programmed out of us through our belief systems. So if you can spend some time on Friday and just sort of tap into that kind of energy and let yourself feel how it is to be creative. Like you're not trying to put meaning to anything here. You're just experiencing how you feel to be creative. Like when I'm painting and I'm in that creative, juicy kind of energy, man, like nothing else exists. Like there's just this beautiful freedom that happens. So pay attention to what happens to your mind, body, and soul when you're in those kinds of energies. What does it feel like to be sensual? Let yourself really feel your body through your senses. Like that's what it means to be sensual, right? Like you're using all of your senses to really feel the body. And what does it feel like to be intuitive? For me, when I'm intuitive, like I'm in my superpower. Like nothing stands in my way, and you probably should get out of the way because I'm going to run you over. Because that's what happens when I'm super intuitive. When I allow myself to actually be that energy, man, nothing stands in my way. All right, so allow yourself to feel like on Friday, like let yourself experience that light kind of beautiful, like really deep, sensual, creative, intuitive kind of energy that's flowing through on Friday. Saturday, April 11th, communication is the theme of the day. So after you spend time in that very free energy on Friday, moving into communication and being able to like verbalize or even make some sort of cognitive awareness about that on Saturday, like that's what's happening. Be super conscious of what you speak about, right? That's what communication is for. Are you actually being truthful about what you speak? Be sure it is a true representation of what you are expressing. Your words need to match what you think, feel, and express, and what you believe. If there's an incongruency there, you're going to feel it. That energy again on Saturday supports 2 tracks of what you think and what you say and how you play out your words. So make sure you are speaking authentically. What is your truth? Like let that be your super focus on Saturday. Again, the 2 tracks are on one side, you want to make quick replies, right? Quick, witty replies. And on the other, you want to take your time and slow down. Just think about what it is that you're really experiencing and express that either verbally, or through your body language or through your written language. Like allow yourself to express yourself. So slow down and take your time on Saturday. before you speak. Really align your thoughts and your words and your emotions. Try not to be too spontaneous on Saturday, as that is what the energy will try to force. Saturday, the spontaneousness that's what the energy will try to force you to do. But, right, Venus is in retrograde, and it's all about communication, relationships, like how to make them work, grow, and expand. You want to take your time. Sunday, April 12th. Focus on clearing out those old programs from the body. And do that, and this is going to be kind of a focus for the whole next week. So Sunday, make a plan, right? Like make a plan for yourself every single day to take a little bit of time to clear out those old programs. Remember, this is a death and a birth kind of a week. That's what the energies are supporting. After these last few intense days, right, of really getting into using your senses to really feel yourself, to really understand who you are, to really and then being able to express that, moving into all those energies that are really trying to get rid of those old programmings that you're trying to hang on to. So after these last few intense days, you'll want to clear as much out of your muscles as possible. Because this is how it's playing out, how the energies are really playing out within the body itself, because the earth is making the transformations, right? And the earth is our grounding component, so is the body. The body is your grounding component. And when we don't clear out the intensity of those old programs through the muscles, they get stuck. So extra sleep will probably be required. Walking may be required for the next few days, like really moving your muscles, doing light workout. Listen to the body though, right? And do what it is asking you to do. Maybe there's extra nutrition that needs to take place, or extra oxygen. Doing some breathing exercises. Do not, I repeat, do not do the same old routine on Sunday. No. Do not do the same old routine. Listen to what the body needs on Sunday. It's imperative to move out those old programs. Okay, Monday, April 13th. So I see that there's a line drawn in the sand on Monday. Like literally there's a line in the energy. And it is a good time to make decisions. Cosmically, when there are ends and starts, it gives power to making decisions. We start off the week, right, with this same kind of ending and starting kind of energy. Monday is a great time to make decisions. I recommend using your intuition to make your decisions rather than your logic or your ego, because it will be more aligned with who you're becoming versus the old patterns. It's a great practice in trusting yourself. Using your intuition is a great practice in trusting yourself and building your confidence. So if that's something that you need to expand into, use your intuition on Monday. Remember, a couple days before that, you used your intuition to actually use your senses to understand who you are. Great day to practice. Overall, it's a week of making decisions that are aligned with who you are creating. Moving forward and being very conscious. The energy is super supportive. And it's helping you to slow down, evaluate, and really align with what your soul is desiring. Not what your ego desires, but what your soul desires. Change right now is the only norm. I'm going to repeat that. Change right now is the only norm. So if you are really reluctant to change, to expand and grow, then I'm going to say your perception about that probably could be, you could probably look at that a little bit this next week. So change is the only norm right now, and you will either use the energy of the cosmos to help support you, or you will use it to help you resist your own evolution. That's literally the line that's being drawn in the sand. You ultimately get to decide which path you're going to follow, pain or suffering, or flow and joy. And, the energies are super, super supportive for those alignment kind of things. Okay, all you great, amazing, conscious leaders out there, I hope you have a super amazing week. Again, if you have questions, put them in the chat box and we'll get to them. Have a great day.